In this video we're gonna cover some aspect and some concept about how to pass the guard. And I'm here with one of the most dangerous guard, so it's better we do there accordingly. And I want to make sure you guys understand what's going on to transpass the guard, because the most of the time the people just think isolate about how to pass the guard, about which position you're gonna use to pass the guard. But in fact, we have to understand how I'm gonna approach him when you're talking about pass of the guard without gear, because like one more time, you don't have grips, you don't have how to hold the guy too much. And before I pass, I have to make sure that I lock the space and I lock him on the ground to go for the pass. The first thing here, get the guy please. I don't like the idea to pass on the ground and approach him on the ground, because from here I give too much weapons for him to start to go in the game with me, and also I'm fighting too much against his leg, and that's not what I want. I don't want to be fighting against his leg. And also, even if I have a good grip here, for example, I'm here, I look how is my hips, how far is my hip. It's easy for him just to scoop the hips and start the game all over again. So my idea is try to keep my hips as close as I can to him. And from that, I'm gonna lock the space to make sure he don't start the game before me. Because one more time, who's gonna take advantage is who start the game first. And of course, I wanna take my time and start the game first. Before we start to do that, we're gonna start to see how we can open the guard and how we can break to start the game. Because in the most of the time, if you don't pay attention, the guy's gonna close the guard on you, and you have to be able to go for the open. Of course, we can talk about a lot of ways to open the guard here, but what I don't like is to spend too much time on the ground with him, because like I told you, we have so many things to do, so many weapons that he can use against me. And also, when I'm on the ground, he can use all his leverage here, pull me to him and get me close to him. And I don't like the idea that I want to push him too much, especially a guy with a long leverage. So my main thing here, when I'm in his guard, first of all, I don't want to push him all the time. My strategy when I'm the guard, I put one arm on his belly and the other I stay inside, because I keep blocking him of what's happened here. And for anything he start to do, I'm already blocking here. I'm taking my time. What's gonna happen when I'm gonna open the guard? I'm gonna drive my way to him. Why? Because now I'm blocking his arms, and I have the control of here. And also, if he start to move around, look, I can move with him. If he move, I move with him. And that's the time that I go for the open guard. My favorite way here is I'm gonna give just one shot, because sometimes it's a little bit different than the gi. In the gi, we have the opportunities like to the side to start to go here, but no gi. As soon as we start to wrap like this, he can go in the hand, he can start to get you in a bad spot. So a very good thing that I like to do here, especially against a guy with long legs, I like to give just one jump and standing. And as soon as I standing, I'm gonna bend all my knees together and I'm gonna put my way to the front. That's what's gonna create a leverage to break his grip. And also, I'm never gonna use my hands, because I just need my hips. Like I told you guys, every time you use your hands, sometimes you spend too much energy and he can still be holding you. So you're gonna hold in both biceps, or you can hold in his body, and you stand. Boom. As soon as you stand, both knee is gonna squeeze. Just to start doing this, keep close, keep tight. Just you start to do like this, he already start to feel all the pressure here. And now what you're gonna do, you're just gonna raise, and that's when you get the open guard. And also, he's never gonna expect for you stand right away. That's why you surprise him. And in the real speed, we are here. As soon as I jump, I do this. As soon as I move my hips, he don't have the control of my body. The problem with the people is that the people try to stand in here, and now start to open, now start to go, and he can come here too close to you and start to break your game. in this kind of open guard, he doesn't have the opportunity to wrap my leg, to control my body, because I do just one move here. And from that, I'm gonna start to see what's gonna be my game for start to go for the pass. So one more time. I'm here, hold here, here. And always I have to put my hips forward and I cannot move back. Otherwise I'm gonna start the positions again. I'm gonna start everything again. I don't want that to happen. So once I'm here, I keep my hips forward. And from here, I'm gonna start to walk, I'm gonna start to move, and gonna start to give the approach for the pass that we want to do. Let's go and take a look about something that's usually happen here. And I want you guys keep the control and don't change your base too much to try to do a different thing. Just keep our base and let's gonna try to figure what's going on. Sometimes the guy, you for some reason, you wrap your hands here and you let the guy get the control of your body. He's now controlling your underarms here. So you don't wanna, the last thing you wanna do is try to push him here, because it's easy for him to start to scoop the hips and create a space to move that. And also, when he does that, if he's tight, you don't even get the hand here. So your goal here, as soon as he starts to tie here, and also you don't want to come here to the top, because here he get all the control here and he can move to both sides. He can start to go for the mount. So that's the first aspect here. When he hold here, what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna put my weight on him and I'm gonna jump like before. Here, what happened here? Now I create a different angle. Why I create a different angle? Because he cannot scoop the hips and keep tight on me, keep tight. Even if he keep tight, no, I'm easy to move him back. And now I'm gonna do the same thing. Keep moving up. If I try to break the grip here, I don't have, because I'm always gonna fall down when I try to break that. That's why I jump. And now I can lift. And now I can create a space. Now I can bend my knee again and block him too. So I make the mistake. He's holding me here. I don't want to put the hand like we saw. I go up and here. Look, now even if he keep tight, I can still move it. Bench there and create the thing. Note that when he do that, I cannot keep my elbows up, or it's easy for him to keep sliding for both sides. As soon as he hold, I bend my hands to the opposite side and start to move down. And that's what creates more angle for him. And I just gonna move up here. Put the hand here. And look, I don't come up before I break the grip. As soon as I break the grip, and now I come up and bench like the same thing and control his legs. Hold. Another common mistake that can happen is once I'm here, for some reason, I let go the arm on the ground and he's gonna wrap my arm here. So it's a very dangerous position, because a lot of people try to pull the arm and just expose the arm for a omoplata, expose the arm for the arm lock. Yeah. And so I don't want this to happen. The last thing I want to hear is try to pull my arm. I don't want to pull my arm. So once I get here, I have to understand that my hips cannot move over his hips. I have to be tight on him. I'm tying him here. What's gonna happen now? I'm gonna stand the leg at the same side of the arm here, as close as I can to his elbow. Because what's gonna happen now? I'm gonna start to force my leg on his elbow and create a space for my arm can go under. He's here. Hold a little bit tight. Yes. I'm here. And look, as soon as I start to push my elbow down, his arm stay because my leg, my knee is blocking that. That's why he cannot move. That's why I create, look at the space. And sometimes from here, I can also take the arm, but I don't want to give this idea to you that you're going to pull the arm. I want to give you an idea that once you are here, you're going to go under. That's the idea that I want to develop. But of course, sometimes you are here, as soon as you push down, look, he don't have the angle, and you're just going to let it go. And also, he don't have the ability to scoop the hips because he's already locking the leg. The leg already locked his whole body against the scoop of the hips. Because if I stay here, he can scoop the hips. Scoop. Yes, he can move. And now I'm going to be really in trouble. But when I stand here and put up, scoop the hips, you don't scoop the hips. And that's why I go with the arm under and create a space for escape that. Now, the first thing you have to figure out here, once you start to say, okay, now it's time to open the guard and start something, is what the guy in the bottom wants to do. Because basically, we have two ways to stay in the closed guard. Close the guard. When you are standing like this and the guy is not acting, he's not doing nothing, he's just taking his time, I can take my time here. But when he starts to move around, I have to go inside of him and make sure my elbows are tight on him. Because that's the way that I'm protect against his attack. If I start to defend his attack from here, it's easy for him to fight something, go here, scoop arm under. So I don't want to, if he's that active, I don't want to stay here with him because he's seeing all my body. He's seeing everything that can happen here. That's why as soon as he starts, I'm dragging under, yes, go here, I go down. I take my time down. I don't stay up. I stay here on him. And that's what, from here I'm going to start doing. And every time he scoop the hips, scoop to the side. Yeah, I scoop and I block him. And I block him. And that's where I'm going to get the most of the things. And so he start keep go acting. And also every time he try to come up. You put your head. Your head is a very important weapon that you have. The most of the people just stay here, pushing here. But instead of that, you can use here. Go. You can force him with the head. And your elbows always inside. You cannot put your elbows outside. Outside, you give him the chance for a wrap. You give the chance to go under and hold you here. So you don't want that to happen. In fact, when you see that the guy is giving too much action here, you're just going to try to put their arms, put the elbows together and put the chest on him and control here. Once he start to, you see that he stopped the game, then you go for what you're supposed to do. You stand, put the knees together and push forward, and now we're going to start to work the pass from here. Now you are in the situation that we have to understand what we're going to do from now. How we're going to approach him. How we're going to start to pass the guard. That's why I don't like to approach on the ground, but also I have to be ready to switch. I come in the top, I come in the standing, but also when I get the right spot, of course I'm going to switch it for the ground. But because I don't want to be fighting here against his leg. Take too much from here because look, I'm fighting and also I'm giving him too much weapons for work with me. So when I approach him and we're training here, I'm going to look for his ankles. That's what I want the most. Because, and also I don't hold him. Look how much I open my body. I don't want this to happen. I don't want to hold like this. That's why I give everything. As soon as I come to him, I want to hold and grab the ankles because I have a second that he's not going to be able to do nothing because as soon as he start to push the legs, I still control. And what's going to happen now, as soon as I approach in the ankle, I drop my weight. I drop my weight on him. That's the main thing. As soon as I drop my weight, I slide to the side and get in. That's one of the most safe positions in the no gi. When you have both hooks here, and you have the control of the body. Because no matter what the guy in the bottom is going to do, you're always going to be able to control him. Because you have both arms under, and you have all the control of the body here. And from here, we're gonna start to work the passes that really work. And another thing, once you're here, of course he's gonna start to push the legs back and create a space to escape. That's the time that he start to push the leg. Then you lift the hips. The problem is that the people don't figure that lift the hips is your best option, because if you stay tight on him and you don't want to give this to him, he's going to keep scooping, yes, and you're going to miss and you're going to start the game again. So once you have both hooks in and you are here in this kind of situation, you want to make sure that when he push your legs, you up, and you up, and look how am I on him. With all my weight on him, I don't want to split the weight between my body and my legs. If I keep the knees on the ground, I'm split the weight. Half of my weight is on here, half of my weight is in my knee. That's why as soon as he start to force, I'm here. I'm here. I'm totally controlling his body. And as much as he start to push, as much as I'm going to go up, and I have the control of his body. So as soon as I approach him, you go here. That's the main thing. No matter if you have both legs or if you just get one, you still get the connect, you still get the thing. And if he start to push the leg, you up again. Look, all your weight is on him. That's the main thing. All the game in the top for the pass, you have to keep the weight on him. If you don't keep the weight on him, he always going to be able to move back for both sides. That's why no matter which kind of pass we're going to do here, how we're going to approach here, where we're going to put the hand, we have to make sure that no matter which pass it is, my weight is on him. Start to move. My weight is on him. To the other side. My weight is on him. My weight has to be always, he has to carry my weight. And from that, we're going to start to adjust the hands, the hips, and where we're going to put. And note that when I do that, look where my hips is. My hips is in the direction of his hips. My hips cannot be lower, because here he can escape, he can move, he can adjust, especially a guy with long legs. So I have to make sure that when I approach him, I put my weight on him. Now I start the game. Now is the game that I want. No matter if I go arm under, I'm over, no matter, I just want to make sure that you understand the concept that when you pass no gi, you have to keep the weight on him. You have to keep the weight for every time he scoop the hips, he feel it that you are on him, that you have all the weight on him, and he has to carry himself and your weight. And no matter how he's hold under, I'm still going to be on him. And now he's going to start to deal with the hooks. I'm going to start to deal with the arm under, but I already transpassed the leg. I don't want to be fighting against the leg, because no matter which kind of pass I know, here, no matter if I know, go to the side, I always going to be let him free. He always going to be able to move for both sides, and that's what's going to make it easier for him and to escape for all the kind of pass that I have to show. So now, little, he's in my guard. And of course, I don't want to play here. I don't want to keep in his dangerous game. So I'm going to be able to stand and break his grip. From now, I'm going to start. I have to back up. I don't want to move and stay far from him. I want to get committed to him. But I don't want to back to the close guard. That is a dangerous spot. That's why I'm going to put my elbows tight and I'm going to reach the ankles. Because now, even if he want to open the guard, I'm still blocking. And that's when I drop my hips and block him. And now for he to let go the hips, he needs to move back. And that's when I get inside of him. And that's why we have to be in the time to get there, to don't fight against the leg, because that's not a good deal for us. But sometimes, like I said, I want to keep my weight on him. I want to make sure that I'm not going to spend energy to try to transpass his legs. And sometimes he saw that I'm totally locked. He don't see anything that he can do from here, and he's going to open the leg by his own. As soon as he opened the leg, like I told, I don't want to be dealing with that too much. If his legs are, his foot is in my hips, I just going to drop down and back here again. If the leg is just out of that. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna move up. No matter how end, no matter if he has the foot on my hip, I just wanna be on him. I don't wanna be here to let he go for both sides. Even if he has blocked here, I'm gonna jump on him. I wanna stay on him. I don't wanna put my knees on the ground. The most of the passes I have been done no gi, I don't put the knee on the ground. When you put the knee, you split the way. So no matter if he open the guards, keep it here open. Here, look, I'm always gonna be on him. And I'm always gonna open my legs to make sure I can fit his hooks in between my legs. Because from here is that I'm gonna start my whole game of pass. And no matter how he's gonna start to move, I'm gonna be on him. I'm gonna be on him. And my knee is not gonna touch the ground. And for that, I wanna wait for his react and see what's happened. So no matter which way he start to move, go. I always gonna start to go on him. You see, I don't give too much space for him between my hips and his body. I always gonna be on top of him. And that's the basic thing. Because no, if he start to kick the hooks, if he start to move, that's where my game is gonna start, from the top. I don't stay back here and start working pass off guard, because that's not the way I think it's safe for pass. I believe in a pass when you keep the weight on him. And of course, you guys gonna have a lot of questions about, oh, if the guy do this and do that, and that's why we're gonna start the approach from there. It's a new approach that is gonna be give you another aspect, and also you're gonna be prevent against choke. You're gonna be prevent against arm lock triangle, because you already transpass the leg. You're not be back up. You always on him, and from here he always can work the sweep. He can work a lot of techniques from here, but he also is miss a lot of his power in his leg. He's missed the game in the leg, because he doesn't have how to apply for submissions with the legs, because I'm with my weight on him. And from here we're gonna start to go and take a look about some passes. So now I know where my game is gonna start from. I know that I have to keep my weight on him. I know that I have to block my space. I know that I have to keep the contact with him, and I don't want to keep my hips lower than his. From that, we're going to start to work some particular pass. And what's going to happen, we're just going to change the detail of the pass, because in fact, no matter which pass we're going to do now, matters how he's going to react and how he's going to act when we start to drive the weight on him. And that's the big difference between this kind of pass. We don't need to set up too much. We already set up, because we already on him. We already putting the weight on him. And that's the way that we're going to conduce from now. You know? So we start here. We get here, and I drive my body to him. The most common thing here is when he let me get my arm under. What's gonna happen now, as soon as he start to kick my legs, the first thing I want to do, I'm gonna change the direction of my hips. I'm here on him, I just gonna drive my hips to the side. I have to move all my hips to the side. So we are here, he start to push the legs, I put my weight on him. As soon as I change, I turn the direction of my hips. Look this. I'm here, he start to push. Yeah, look, I turn the direction of my hips. But I'm not gonna get inside the half guard. I don't want the half guard now. I'm gonna try, first of all, go the complete pass of the guard. So I'm here, I put my weight on him. He start, look, as soon as I change, my hips already go down. And he start to feel that he's gonna miss. Move here. So he start to kick. Yeah, I'm here. Look, I start to turn. He's gonna start to feel that he's gonna miss the connect with his hook and my hips, and that's why I go down. What's gonna happen now, I'm gonna switch all the way my hips to the other side and complete the pass. What happened, I turn my hips, as soon as I feel that I'm gonna get in the half guard, I switch all the way to the other side. And that's what confused him, because when he think that it's time to kick, I'm already passed to the other side. So I'm here. He start to push me back. Yeah, look, I turn. as soon as if I slide here too much, I'm gonna get in the half guard. I don't want the half guard now. I'm here. As soon as I do this, look, I'm feeling that I'm already gonna escape. The knee is gonna go up, and that's when I complete the pass. So what happened, I have to figure the momentum to switch, because otherwise he's gonna keep holding me in the half guard, and I don't wanna start to go over the half guard because I'm already in a good spot. The half guard happens when you're not sure that you can pass the guard and you can get safe there. That's why we need the time here. I put my weight on him, look. I'm always on him. You can use your hand to block a little bit here, but it's not what I'm gonna maintain here. I'm just gonna start go side. As soon as I go side, look at my knee. The knee has a very important job here. I help to push his leg, and that's what guarantees that I'm gonna complete the pass. So we are here. He start to go. I'm on him. Start to go here and complete the pass. Note that I cannot let him lift me too much for up. If he goes too much here, I miss my balance. And he also can block me. That's why I have to make sure that I keep my hips lower here. And just start to turn. As soon as I turn, I go there and complete the pass. This variation now is when the guy has a very strong hook. And sometimes, even if you're here, move back. Even if when here, as soon as I start to do this, he's still bottom me here and break my hips here. I don't have the how to go there. And sometimes it's hard. If I keep going, he's gonna start to go for the sweep, and I'm gonna be a kind of out of balance. So my goal here now, as soon as he starts, I'm gonna block here, and what's gonna happen? I'm gonna let him start to go a little bit. Look my head. My head is blocking there. And what I'm going to have, I'm just going to spin to the other side and complete the pass. What happened here, go from this side. As soon as I get inside here, and I start to go, he start to go for the sweep. And I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to keep my head on the ground. The head blocking him, and my hand stay on his knee, blocking him for he cannot kick. And even if he can kick me, I always keep the control on him, because my shoulder and my head are totally in control of his upper body, and he don't have the lever to keep moving to that direction. So we are here. I go there. He keep the hook, head on the ground. Remember, guys, I have to keep my head on the ground, and I have to keep my weight up. I cannot keep my weight down. If my weight keep down, it's easier for him to go for the sweep. That's why when I do that, look, I'm up. I'm really up on him. And I let him go for the hook, and I just transpass for the other side. The time that I'm going to move to the other side, I have to put all the weight of the shoulder and the head on the ground, because that's how I'm going to make sure that he's not going to turn. If he turn like this, he can be able to do that. That's why when I'm here, I put all my weight here on him and control all his game here. A very important detail about that too, switch. As soon as I start to go, my hand switch for the bottle. I don't need more keep the hand here. I can swing the hand here, because as soon as he starts, I already able to block his hips, and that's what guarantee that he's not going to have the lever to go for the sweep. So make sure that you keep your hips as high as you can, and when you feel the momentum of the head and the shoulder, you just transpass for the other side and complete the pass. All this game that you see now, we can just adjust and change a little bit to get in a totally different situation, totally different pass. In this one right now, we're gonna find a way to block his body and go straight for the mount. So one more time, I'm here with him, put my weight on him. As soon as he starts to push, I put my weight. That's the most important thing. And now he's gonna start go for the sweep. He scoop the hips a little bit more and gonna start to go for the sweep. Look, here, if I just try to go here, I don't go because now he scooped too much the hip. He still can go for the sweep. And he still go for the sweep. Yeah. He's still gonna be able to complete the sweep. So if you felt that the hips of the guy already scooped too much, don't try to spin to the other side because he still can go for the sweep. So once I'm here, the guy push, I put my weight on him. Look at now that as soon as he put the hook here, as soon as he put the hook, I'm gonna move with all my weight and put all my weight on his leg. So what happened here, put the heel hooks again. What happened here, I let he go a little bit. As soon as I feel that I can put my body over his knee, I just adjust a little bit and create a position here. What happened now? I have now his turn and I have all his body locked because his knee is true now and I can easily go here. What's gonna happen now? I'm gonna come with my knee, go over his knee, and then create the straight full mount. Remember guys, when he's here, what happened here, I'm not moving to the side or I'm not gonna get this. I move up and that is slide the knee, and that's why it's easy for me to get here. Sometimes if he keeps the knee too high here, it's hard for me. That's why I need sometimes to let him go a little bit more in the sweep to can adjust and create the perfect angle for that. From here, I'm gonna come with the other knee over his knee, and then I step and get the full mount. Let's go for another angle. Here we go. Look, here is block. Just run past and create the mount. Note that in all the situations, in all the circumstances that we're doing here, I'm always getting inside of him. I'm always able to go here. Even if he's here, we start to play here, I'm gonna always push him and come to the top. And that's where I'm gonna get my arm under, and that's where I'm gonna start to go for the sweep. One more time, I'm here, he push, I put my weight on him, I slide the knee, put the knee over, and complete the full mount. All the techniques until now, we have been using the arm under his arm and he's with his back on the ground. And because I already able to transpass his legs and start from here and start all the kind of pass. Right now, I have you guys take a look at the difference between be on the ground and be in the when he sit. But for start to do with that, we have to break this position in two, because we have to take advantage when the guy is sitting to the top. Because if I'm here, he don't give him this grip, the grips, and I let him sit, I gave too much advantage for him. I don't want that happen. So we have to break this position in the middle and take advantage for what you have in one of the good pass that we can do from here. So right now, the people try to avoid when he sit with the hand, try to push him back again. I personally don't like that because expose too much your arm for the arm drags or pull you to start to move you for all the directions, and that's why I don't like to that's be my react, push his chest. I don't like the idea. So even if sometimes he don't give me the opportunity to come here and I'm just here, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna hold both of his legs and start to stay here. And now I'm gonna wait for him to come to the top, because I know that his idea is gonna come sit, try to go down under, and try to start some sweep game. So what's gonna happen? Instead I start to push him back. As soon as he start to sit, I'm gonna start to use my head on him, and I'm gonna put my elbows together. What happened like this? I don't give him the angle to start going for the sweep and not, because my head is blocking him in the middle. The problem with the people when the guy sit is that when the guy sit, you guys let he already be here. I don't want that this happen. I want to break this position before it happens. So every time, if I don't get the, sometimes I don't get the inside here. Look, he's blocking here. I don't have a chance to go where I want. So I want to be waiting for him to sit, because that's the main game that he's going to probably try to do. So as soon as I'm here, when he start to come, I start to use my head. And look my hips, I back up a little bit, and my elbows always together with me. And from here, we're going to start to approach for even if he get my arm. As soon as he get my arm, I'm not going to try to pull back, because when I pull back, I give the reflex for him to take advantage for the back. So my idea here, even if he had here, is always come with my head. Pull now. Your head start to make all the job. And that's an important thing before you go for the pass. Make the transition and stop the guy always with the head. And in your hands, you keep your hands tight here and hold it here. And from here, we're going to start to work some kind of pass. Now that you know how to stop him in the transition, let's gonna take a look at this pass that is very effective, and the guy don't expect what's gonna happen. So right now he's on the ground, I'm here, he get a space here, and he's gonna sit. I stop him a little bit with my head, but now I'm gonna let him come up with my hand on his neck. As soon as he come up, I put him and hold his chin here. I let it come up. I let it go my head, and I switch for the arm here. Note that now my hand is going to drive between his leg. And what's going to happen now, I'm going to make a circle to the side and complete the pass. Note that all the time his neck is blocking my hand. Stay here. His neck is here. So even if he start to move the hips, I push his head down. Turn the other direction. As soon as I lock here, as soon as he start to move, I push his head down. And that's why give me the angle to move away from his neck. The thing is, lay down. See it? You block first with the head. You don't want to try go here first, because he's already can hold you here, and you're not gonna have a perfect angle for that. So the idea here, as soon as he come up, you stop him. And now he's gonna still try to keep going to that. And that's when you're gonna put the hand in the neck and gonna drive here. As soon as you drive here, you cannot put the weight on him, or make it easy for him to start to come up, start to create. You don't wanna put the weight on him. As soon as you have the head already trapped, you move back. And make him squeeze himself, and that's why when you put the hand and then start to go to the side. Some guys can ask here, oh, but if the guy start to drive the leg, so I'm here. Is push, I hold, go here. When I start to go here, the guy starts to go with this leg. You go away. Sometimes you switch for the other leg too. As soon as you feel that you already pass between his leg and he start to bother with the knee, you can hold it with this part of the leg. Move a little bit, Sean. Here, like this. Yeah. He start to bother here. You hold it and you pull up. And don't let it go the grip in the chin, because when you control the head, it's hard for him to find a space to scoop the hips. That's why you keep the grip in the chin until you get to the side. And also, if he's already here, sometimes you don't see an angle to get in him. And so the first approach you're going to do, you're going to hold the legs and put the head. And his force, that's when you got. And then you, sometimes you can even stand and complete the pass on the side. So now we had Shandy with the back on the ground, we had Shandy in the transition, and now I'm a little bit late. And I let Shandy get with both hands around me. And that's what is going to be right now. Note that here, the most of the problem with the people have, that they want to come up to try to go with the hand. But here they are not in base, and it's easy for Shandy sometimes to pull me here, to start to move with the position, or it's easier for him to come up to the mat, to come up to standing, yeah. Because I don't have the perfect base. I must be in base when he got this, because when he got here, he got a lot of advantage on me. And for me to start to put the hand here is hard. I don't see how and I don't want to let him pull me here, because from here he has so many sweeps that he can work in that. So the first thing for me here, also I don't want to be in front of him. The first thing, I have to change the direction of my hips. So I'm going to move a little bit to the side. Now I change a little bit what's going on here. If you stay in the front, it's easy for him to pull you back. He has the angle to pull you back. When you stay in the side, you block him a little bit, pull back. And you sit a little bit in the side, so make it harder for him to pull you back. And also you have to choose for one side. You cannot just stay here and don't put the hands on the ground. You have to choose. If you want to stay in this side, you're going to put the weight for this side and hold the hand on the ground. Because now you have a base. You have a base to protect you. And now let's start to go for the pass. What's going to happen now? You're going to stand in the leg and going to drive the knee to his knee and block his knee. What's going to happen now? You wrap his arm and just block to the side. Note that a lot of people try to hold the leg and do this, but he's still going with you. He's still moving with you because you didn't block the leg up properly. That's why you're going to use your knee. Your knee is going to drive on his knee to the side. And that's when he gives you the opportunity to go for the side. And you complete that. In fact, when you're doing that, when you're doing that, you lift, you drive the knee, and the other knee pass. Because he doesn't have how to keep the other hook. The other hook is gonna be without power. Because once you're here, look, once you're here, the other hook, you already change the side of his hips. And so for him, it's hard for kicking the other hook. That's when you complete the pass. For another angle. Is hold. Go to the side. Look what happened. Even if he still kick the hook. I'm already here. I'm already blocking all his way. And if he stay holding me, it's going to be worse for him. I just have to work to sit and complete the pass. So I'm late. He hold me. Choose the side. The first thing, as soon as the guy hold you here, choose the side. Boom. Now you have a side. Stand the leg. Look. The knee pass. And complete the pass. The most important thing, as soon as the guy hold you, is not back up. Back up, you give too much weapons for him. Keep the way and choose the side. Choose the side right away. And that's what's going to give you the idea to push and complete the pass. So right now, sometimes you can feel it that you're going to get in a dangerous position when he sit and start to come with the hands around. So you must have be ready, and sometimes change the game, change the subject. So now instead we stay on the ground, we're going to back up a little bit again, and we're going to start the game. And now the guy in the bottom can have two reacts. Or he's going to stay sit here, or he's going to try to back up. Yes, and start the game here. If he stays sit, the first thing I want to do here, I don't want to approach him with my hands, because like I told you, it's easy for me to give him the opportunity for arm dragging for all the situation. What's going to happen here, I'm going to step on him with one move, with my leg here and here. I'm going to put my elbow and my knees together and try to go with my arm under. And as soon as I got here, the other hand is going to switch. The other hand is going to be blocking the knee here. And what's going to happen now, I can choose between two passes. The first thing we're going to do here, we're going to cross the knee. As soon as you are here, we start to force the knee in his chest, and now we're going to cross. Go into the side. Note that when I come to him, I do one move. I cannot be here and then start to go there, because then I'm going to have to deal with a different situation here. So I don't want that. That's why when I come with the leg, I come with the leg and my knee together. I'm here and I sit. I don't stay high. High is easy for him to dominate here and start a different game. So when I'm here, down on him, and look, my hands go deep on him. Because if my hands don't go there, it's easy for him to wrap my leg and make it harder for me to start to adjust the move. So I'm there, and now I'm not going to push him back. I don't want that, because I'm going to miss my balance. I keep it here, and I just drive the knee to the side. I just drive to the side. You can wrap the head and complete the pass. You have to take the advantage that he's not ready for the sweeping. He's not ready for the game when you approach him. That's why when we approach him straight here, down. We don't approach him here and here. You see my hips is high, and it's almost in the direction of his. That's why I make it easy for me to change to the side and just complete the pass. So when you go here and sit. If you don't sit, if you stay up, it's easier for him to control your body. So you sit and you just drive the knee to the side, complete the pass. One more time, move to the other. Move it. Continuing the same position, let's gonna take a look about another variation here, but for the same approach. Stay here. So I know what I want, I know how I want to approach him. Elbow and knees together, and go in the middle and here. But now, he starts to scoop the hips a little bit. Scoop the hips a little bit here. Yeah, and make it harder for me to cross the knee. So what's gonna happen? My hands gonna get inside here, and I'm gonna start to put on the ground. Here, and it's open his leg. And at the same time I do this, my knee is going to slide to the ground. And I'm going to complete the pass for the other side. So everything is about how you're going to feel it his way, his hips moving. That's what's going to make you decide if you go for the right or if you're going to go for the left. And that's why you have to pay attention about here. As soon as I approach him, I have to feel it. Look, he's moving. I don't have how to cross the knee, or also switch. Here, yeah. Or also sometimes he has a good grip here, even if you have here, and he don't let you do it. That's when you put the hand and create the opportunity to slide for the other side. Note that the most important thing here, when I'm doing for the pass, is that I have to make his leg open, because when I open his leg, I don't give him opportunity for change the leverage, for scoop the hip, scoop for the both sides. It's hard, and also my knee is already going through over there, and it's hard for him to create a space. That's why I don't want to carry his leg. I don't want to pull his leg. I don't want that. I just want to put on the ground and hold the back. And now my head start to go down, and you complete the pass. Keeping the hand in the bottom of his body to don't let him slide. That's why in no-gi, we try to keep a lot the hand under his body, because that's why you control the body and don't let him slide. One more time. So as soon as he sit, you have both options now to deal with that. But always go deep here. If he don't scoop the hips, if he stay here, you just cross and take advantage for the pass. If he start to scoop the hips, you don't get swing the arm under, open the hand. Open and just put the weight in the other side until you sit. Note that you're not going to sit side. You're going to slide the knee. The knee is going to pass through before you go. We're here. As soon as you open, you're not going to sit. No, you're not going to do this. You're going to go front and slide the knee. And then you complete the pass. Now Sean's a little bit tired and he just want to be in a rest position, because if he's with the back on the ground, he doesn't have how to attack me that much, because it's different than gi. Gi, even if the guy is with the back on the ground, he has a lot of attacks from here. But right now, he's a little bit tired and he just want to rest and don't want me get close to him. So if I try to go for the hooks, he don't let me go. We are fighting here. So I didn't have the opportunity to tie his feet and sit and go for the position that I want. So every time I start to go here, he moves, and then he hold. He don't let me get a good thing for here. What's gonna happen now? I'm gonna give you guys two options. The first one, we are here, and but one moment he's gonna open the leg. He's gonna give you the opportunity to get in, but not get in with your arms, get in with your leg. You're going to approach him here with the leg, because maybe you'll not be able to trap both ankles, but you're always going to be able to trap one ankle. So once we are here, we start fight. When I feel the moment that he open a space, I'm going to drive my leg. But the problem with the people drive the leg, they drive the leg to the middle. I don't want to here. When I drive the leg to the side, almost putting him all myself on the side. And what's gonna happen now? I'm gonna jump on him here, keeping my elbow and my knee together here. And that's what's gonna give me. Even if he start to move, I'm already here. And that's why I just slide and pass the guard. The secret here is don't come straight here, because that's when he hit. Switch. That's when he's going to wrap your leg, you're going to start this game, and it's a totally different game that instead of you pass, you're going to start to avoid the pass and start to have a different approach for him. So you'll go here, side. And when you put side, you already drop the knee and drop your elbow here. Because right now, the only thing he can do is scoop the hips, but when he scoop the hips, he gives me the chance, he gives me the side to come for the pass. That's why I have to take advantage for the momentum that I go. I don't want to stay here and stay that high. If I stay here, I don't have nothing. That's why as soon as I felt that I'm here, I drop. When I drop, move here. When I drop, I block the side, and also my hand is working on his ankle. Or I can work my hand here inside, because I'm already close to him. My hips is already on his hips. I don't need move back. If you move back, you give him a chance to compose the guard again and to start a totally different game again. So I'm here, I stay here, look. And even if he start to push my knee, I'm already on him, because I'm not using my leg. I'm using all my weight, and that's what I'm gonna put on him all my weight for him to carry. That's what's gonna give me too much ability and too much space to deal with that. So make sure the people get confused because when they train in no gi, they behave like if they wear a gi and stay like this. Try some work for here, but in fact, no gi, you cannot be that far. Look how my hips is higher. It's too high. As soon as I get in, I start to force his knee and I come to the ground. I have to come to the ground in this situation. Otherwise, I'm going to give the De La Riva hook. I'm going to give all the situations for him to work here. So I don't want that happen. That's why I want to keep low. And your hand can be here. Your hand can be here. And the idea is always be blocking. Then you complete the pass. Of course, if the guy let me go here, I don't even think. I go here, and I'm already in the previous move that we did. But if the guy don't want that, start to shaking the legs, don't give me approach. Here, I block him. You can hold the leg, you can hold the body, and just complete the pass using always the side. You're never gonna put the weight on him. You're gonna put the weight all to the side and take advantage for your knee that go through. Okay guys, in the last move, I want to show you some particular pass that a lot of people have been used, have been tried to be successful in that, but they don't realize that they spend too much energy and they start to carry too much weight when they try to do that. Lay down. Sean is a kind of guy that has strong legs, so I cannot start to go for passing his guard and start to go with my hands under and start to carry the guy. It's going to be hard for me to be successful with that. Of course, when you open the guard, sometimes we don't have the opportunity to get the hooks in, and sometimes one hook is out. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to swing my hand, go under, and now when I have the opportunity, I just kick the other leg and get the other one. So I'm in a common position that the most of the people are. Let's see this switch for another angle. So I'm on the ground, I didn't get both hooks, but I'm able to get one. So I just start to drive my hand, kick the leg, and here we are in the basic position that we have seen so many times how to pass. The problem here is that everybody try to carry the guy here to start to pass. And this is not going to happen because he has too much leverage and all the weight is on his leg. I don't have how to get the balance and the perfect approach for go for the pass. So what I'm going to have here, first of all, I'm going to start to get as close as I can to his hips. And what's going to happen, I'm going to lift my leg and I'm going to make like a lock on his leg now. What happened now, even if he tried to move, he's locked here because my leg and my hands are blocking all his hips. And what I'm gonna do now, I just gonna move my hips and I'm gonna move my shoulder here and complete the pass. As soon as I pass, my hand is not gonna go here. My hand is gonna go over his head because that's what block him and don't let him move. And I complete the pass. The common mistake that the people does, even if when they pass, as soon as they do this, they put the weight on the guy. When you put the weight, it's easier for the guy switch and move around. So you don't want that happen. This kind of pass, you cannot put too much weight on him, especially in no-gi, because in no-gi, you're not grabbing the sleeve, you're not grabbing the collar, so it's hard for you to keep controlling him. So the first thing you don't want to do is put in the way like this, because if he kick a little bit, and create a space, and he probably is going to roll and start to attack your legs. So our goal here, start from the beginning, I'm tight, look my hips disconnect on his hips, and now I'm going to choose, I'm going to grab like this, and I'm going to put my elbow down. Of course I don't want to be here because I don't want to get the triangle for him. That's why I'm going to be with my palm on his leg and put my elbow down. And now what's going to happen, I'm going to lift my leg. As soon as I lift my leg, I limited his escape of his hips. He don't have how to move. And so now I can spread my legs, and now I just use my shoulder. As soon as I pass, remember, the hand go to the leg, and the other hand gonna go around the neck. And this way, my head keep tight on his leg, and I just concentrate and complete the pass. One more time. Every time you're passing for the side, you guys have to pay attention that you don't want to go with your hand under the neck here, because that's a habit for gi. You don't want that. You want to make sure you go always over, because when you go over, you create a hook here that make it harder for him to start to go for the escape. If you go here, he still can push you. Yeah, and create a space there. When you put the hand over, even if he start to push, you're already with him, because you already lock his head. So the idea here, we are here. Look, as soon as I go deep in the first one, look how close am I to him. The only thing that's why some guys get triangle here, because they don't go that deep. They go like here and make it easier for the guy start to pull the other arm and get the triangle. That's why when I go deep here, look, I hide the other shoulder. So he doesn't have how to go for triangle. So I go here, kick the leg, I'm close. I cannot be here. No, I don't want to be here. It's easy for him. I pull him and I'm here. Connect to him. Make the lock, step. Look, as soon as I step, now I can sprawl back, because now I already control him. I use my shoulder, the hand, and complete the pass.